Tampa Bay, it's Courtney, your local gossip girl.
And Danielle from 97X with Fisher and Boy. Okay, we've been gone for a couple weeks. This week on Gossip Girl, a lot of stuff happening. Let's see. Mrs. Carr turns the tables on Serena and Blair. Somebody gets axed from Yale. And finally, Chuck loses at his own game. Courtney, what do you have for us this week?
First of all, Danielle, you're like a kid that hates tomatoes that's never even tried them.
I love tomatoes.
Moving on, number one, Chuck Bass. I feel like he hasn't been around a lot lately since everything that happened to his dad. It's like, we'll see him for a second and then he'll be gone. He was actually back. I was very excited, looking good like always. Elle runs into her, that secret society gentleman's club, kind of a mess. She ends up telling him, the call girl, you have a huge heart and you need to go find somebody who loves you for you.
Did you laugh at that part? Did I laugh? When you said he had a huge heart,
I know he has a huge heart. I love Chuck Bass. And he goes to Blair. Hopefully she doesn't get too mixed up with this guy, Carter, whatever. I hope not. Okay. Real relationships. We don't get to see a lot of those in Gossip Girl, but I think Vanessa and Nate are in a real relationship. Nate gets jealous. Vanessa's actually honest and really into him. They fight. They actually make up without totally destroying each other somehow along the way. Okay. Well, Nate is, but he is actually, I guess maybe she's bringing out the good in him. They make up. They actually care. They do nice things for each other. I really like their relationship. I think I didn't know about it at the beginning, but I really did like it after a while. And I think you're going to touch on some other things, Danielle, so give me a dose of your reality.
Okay, I just have one thing for you this week, and this involves when you're trying to impress, whether it be a guy or a girl. Now, this week, we had Julian, who is the ritzy director for the play that they all put on, and Serena is absolutely head over heels for him. And Vanessa decides she's going to help her. So I've got a couple tips for little Serena on how to get a guy to pay attention to you. First of all, in the real world, if I like you and I want you to like me, what am I going to fake that I know about? Maybe some Bucks. I'll drop some Yankees trivia on you. Perhaps show my knowledge of the Lightning. But if you're in... Thank you. If you're in Gossip Girl, you're going to fake about playwrights. And, oh, I read this poem. And, oh, I love Betsy Johnson. I know that's a designer or something. So that was wrong. Second thing, when she's getting help from Vanessa, she's got the little, I don't know if the apparatus was in her neck or if it was just so tightly up against her ear that you couldn't even see. Only people in Gossip Girl can afford that kind of devicery, because in the real world, if I've got some sort of device I'm trying to hear my friend on, it's a Bluetooth, and the blue light's blinking, and you know I'm faking, and they know I'm faking. Oh, and when Vanessa talks, you'd be able to hear her. Obviously, the real world does not have the money for the technology that the people in Gossip Girl do. Whew. Third thing, and most importantly, in the real world, if I want you to like me, I'm going to do my history first, right? I'm going to MySpace you, Facebook you, see what kind of pictures you have, for one reason only, to make sure you're not gay. Now, my friend Serena did not do this. In fact, she found out in the end that Julian was gay, foiled her whole plan. Absolutely awesome. Now, this brings me to my question this week. Have you ever gone out on a limb for a friend because they like somebody, or have you asked a friend to go out on a limb for you?
I know I have. Have you? Do you have a good story?
I do. I went with a friend one time to a party. She really liked this guy. We hung out. We were supposed to be there for like an hour. An hour turned into 3 hours. 3 hours turned into a sleepover, which I became involuntarily involved in. Boyfriend got mad at me, and that's pretty much it. Nothing ever happened with a friend, so that was kind of wasting my time. If you have a story, you can log on to CW44.com, blog with us, and you could win a prize.
Yep, I have to say one more thing. Sometimes fate throws two lovers together only to rip them apart. That was my favorite quote. If you want to tell us your favorite quote, you can do that also. If not, all new again next week. So excited, so stoked. And I'm even more excited that Danielle threw in a designer name today on the blog. Anyways, until next week, all new again, TTYL.
And remain smoke-free, XOXO.